Hi, I'm Jason from Hardware Journal and welcome to our first product demonstration video. Today we're demonstrating the Stealth ACDC compressor, and I just want to talk you through some of the key stats. It's got a 5 litre capacity. What that 5 litre does is not only give you the ability to bring it up to 130 psi, which is quite strong for this size compressor. It actually makes sure that the compressor is lightweight. We're going to talk a little bit later about the safety aspects, which are going to be really important. A couple of other features is it's got a 3/4 horsepower motor, and what we'll be able to show you is that it brings it up to pressure really quickly. It's oil-free. What oil-free means is it's quieter, and also there's less contaminants in the air as you produce the air. Another key feature is the sound. This brand boasts 65 decibels, which is marginally lower than any other compressor in the market. This is a real game changer compressor, and we're delighted to bring this compressor to you today. We just want to talk about safety now, and there's a couple of key features related to safety with the ACDC compressor. Number one is it's only 9.5 kilos, so it's really lightweight. And it doesn't matter who you are, male, female, anyone can use this product and carry it in a safe manner. It's also streamlined, so when you're using it on the job, it's not a bulky machine you might trip over or be in the way of other tradies. Really important. It's got a really cool ergonomic handle, which you can pick up, and that way you can carry it correctly. One of the game changer features of this product is it's 65 decibels maximum in regards to noise. And we're going to show you that on average, without testing, it's sitting around 55, 57 decibels. So that's a really important feature, not only for businesses who are buying this compressor for, their employees. What's more important is the recent changes with the EPA legislation around prevention and noise. It's really important to think about, the community and also your workmates. That's a game changer feature, really important to demonstrate that one. One of the other aspects of the ACDC compressor is that it works off 240 volt AC, and it works off 18 volt lithium batteries. Stealth have thought about this differently for the tradie. And they've thought about the different range of batteries tradie might be using or has access to. And there's 4 main batteries which the compressor works off: Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee and Hitachi. And we'll demonstrate each of those batteries today. We're just going to talk through and demonstrate the power differences and capacity between the AC and DC. The moment I've got it plugged into AC, so 240 volt. It's quite a long cable, it's about 1.5 metres, and it's got a really cool coil, so that cable can be tucked completely out of the way when you're running batteries. I'm just going to turn the compressor on. There's a key switch here which moves it to AC or DC, so you just flip it across there. You've got to let the system load up and the computer load up. So once it's loaded up, I'll turn the power on. You'll hear the compressor build up. So as that compressor's building, I've actually set it to 130 psi, which is the maximum. But over here, you can lower your maximum if you look up here, and I might want to set it to 100. So I've already reached 100. It's now kicked in, and it'll hold that pressure. Once I've now reached maximum pressure, which I've set at 100 psi, I'm going to release some of the pressure. Drops about 10% before the compressor kicks back in to build that pressure back up. When you're using it for pumping up car tyres or things like that, standard car tyres around 35 psi, so you can actually preset it to 35 psi, and that way you're not over pressurising your tyres. When you're switching over from AC to DC, Don't worry if your cable is still plugged in. The switch is independent, so it's a separate power source. And they've designed it that way so that there's, I guess, no issues in regards to power confusion, and there's no overheating related to that power once you start running your battery. We're going to start demonstrating that, so what I'm going to do is move it to DC mode. Just for this demonstration, I'm going to unplug the 240 volt. We're just going to now demonstrate how the batteries work. I guess one of the game changers we mentioned before about this is that you can use 4 different types of 18 volt lithium batteries. And I think for the trade person, that's really important because often you've got multiple batteries on site. Main batteries are Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Hitachi, which is known as Hikoki now. I'm going to demonstrate the batteries. They come with 3 adapters. Main one is you don't need an adapter for the Makita. It goes straight in the back of the machine in this section here. So you just take the battery, click it in, make sure it's clipped in, and then when you turn on the compressor, I've got it in DC mode. Now, when you're changing over the batteries, you just drop that one out, which doesn't need the adapter. But if I move to the Hitachi Hikoki battery, you've got an adapter here, and so that's got to go in first. An adapter just slides in to there, and you've got to make sure it does click in just so it's secure on power. And you just take the battery like any adaptable battery with your tools, just slides in and clips in. Once that's in, again, just power on, and the compressor will fire up. All other batteries and adapters work exactly the same way. When I was using the compressor between AC and DC, one of the things that's really impressed me was that you lost no power when you move from AC to DC in running the batteries. Really talks to the technology and how they've, I guess, thought about power and thought about its application differently for the trade person. The compressor also comes with a 12 volt car adapter. Same way as the batteries, you just click it in, connect it to your car battery, and you'll be able to run it on site. One of the other cool features for a tradesperson is the personal aspect of this compressor. If you're going camping or you're out and about, you want to blow up lilos, you want to blow up tubes when you're on your boat, whatever it is. It's really portable, it's lightweight, tucks neatly in your car, and it's really sort of that additional accessory personally you can use as well beyond just work. Types of trades which will use this compressor, it's very broad and versatile. So home workshops, home hobbyists. But when you move into the trades, it's really going to be used for, I guess, builders when they're doing architraves and skirting boards, framers, and also your tradies. It does function on some, I guess, large tools like a framing gun, but they're more occasional use, not permanent use. Just going to give you an example of the size of this compact compressor. This is a normal size framing gun, and that's the compressor. It's very tiny. It's what makes it so ergonomic for people to use. Just going to show you what air tools this compressor really supports well. Generally, rule of thumb is it's any air tool which works up to about 90 psi. You're able to operate those tools continuously. And the type of tools we're talking about is a nailer, stapler, obviously air, and also air brushing are the key ones to do. We're going to demonstrate those now. One of the really important features is around the noise and limiting noise. So Stealth have worked really hard on their technology to bring the noise down. They're quoting 65 decibels, and we just want to test that with our decibel meter. Now, the meter's not necessarily accurate. It's an app on my phone, but it'll give you an idea of what level it is really working at. So on average it was 55 decibels. The highest it went to was 68 decibels. So it's within that range. I used it throughout the week and I had it running for over an hour, had my meter on. It's sitting around that 55, 56 decibel mark. The fact that the compressor's running now and I've got a mic on and you can easily hear me demonstrates how quiet this compressor really is. One of the other features with this compressor from a noise point of view, and I explain in a minute why it's important, is you put it on. At the moment it's working in full 99% mode, so it's running the pump at full capacity and it helps you to bring it up to pressure really quick, but it does have a silent mode. What the silent mode does is drop down the pump speed and it reduces the noise that way. Where that feature is really important is you people like me who work late at night in our workshops. It reduces the noise. Every now and again I need to use my air tools, and running this compressor means that I'm not disrupting my neighbours. We're about to start demonstrating the air tools you can use continuously. We're going to run the compressor solely on battery as part of that demonstration. One of the tools I use regularly in my workshop is just an air blower. So it's a normal connection, and obviously I want to blow off all the sawdust. I produce a lot of sawdust, so I like to keep my machines nice and clean. Just about to demonstrate the other tools for continuous use. Got my safety glasses on. With this demonstration, I don't actually need my earmuffs. Compressors within the range and well below, and also these tools aren't meeting sort of excessive requirements with sound, so I'm safe. Always be safe when you're using your air tools. This is a staple gun, works at between 90 and 100 psi. I'm just going to do repeated staples so you can hear the compressor and hear what the tool's doing. I've just put in over 10 staples and the compressor hasn't even come back on yet. One of the things about this compressor is I'm actually running a 20 metre long air line. Obviously that requires quite a lot of air to hold, and then the compressor needs to take up that. So this compressor works really well if you leave it in your workshop and you're going out and pumping up a tyre or doing some fencing work or framing work. You can actually run a long line using this compressor as well. Next air tool I'm going to demonstrate is a tacker. These are used for framing, architraves, things like that, and picture framers use these tools. It punches a 35mm long small nail through, and I just want to demonstrate that now. We just want to demonstrate the occasional tool, which is a framing gun. For this one, I do need my earmuffs on. In conclusion, I hope you enjoyed the video and demonstration. Just some of the key features I really liked about the compressor was adaptability from AC to DC. I love the range of different batteries which are available to use on this. Most tools are direct to one battery type. It's ergonomic, it's lightweight, 9.5 kilo. It runs the tools most tradies use, which have a capacity continuously of 90 psi. As you could see in the demonstration, it does do the occasional tool like a framing gun. So all of a sudden, if you're upstairs in a high rise, you've got to do a quick job on the framing, You do not need to run power, you can just carry it up. It's really easy, lightweight, and you can get that job done. A couple of little features I think from a feedback point of view I would change. They're actually very minor, but person in his 50s who needs glasses, I think the backlight on the screen comes on, but it goes off and there's no on button to turn it back on. And when I'm in my workshop late at night, the lighting's not as good. The other thing I think would be a really important feature to do is put a battery indicator on the front screen so you can see how much battery life's left. Too often as a tradie, you forget to charge that second battery, so it's a good indicator to let you know where you're at. The other really important benefit is its stability. We talked about how lightweight, but the centre of gravity, because the tank's sitting directly underneath, it doesn't lose balance. And I've had it sitting on this bench, it vibrates and moves. It was not moving when we were running it. It's really safe. Hope you really enjoyed our first video. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell and we can notify you of new features and new products we're going to range.